Hey guys, hey, it's Brie here coming at you guys with another video, and today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about anxiety and panic attacks and my tips and tricks that I use to help me through those anxiety and panic attacks. So if you guys haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and if you like this, well, give it the thumbs up and let's go. Anything about panic attacks, or if you have panic attacks or anxiety, you know that it can take you straight down to your knees. It can take over, it can make you feel like you are the worst person in the world. It's almost as if something is just pressing on your chest and you're drowning, and it's just complete darkness and there's no way to get out of it. You don't know how, and it just, like I said, it just takes you over. And sometimes it can feel like there is nothing you can do to get out of this darkness. There's nothing you can do to help yourself. But I have come up with a couple of tips and a couple of tricks that I use to help me. I started having panic attacks about 2 years ago, give or take. And they used to take me down, and I used to have about 3 or 4 of them a day. And I had no idea how to help myself or get myself out of this. And I had to figure out a way to get myself away from that in a healthy way. And so like I said, I came up with a couple of tips, a couple of tricks for myself, so they help me and hopefully they'll help you guys. So first of all is sleep. Sleep is key. I am one of those people that I stick to a schedule. I go to bed the same time every single night, even if it's a Friday night or a Saturday night. Now I know sometimes it's Friday night, you kind of want to stay up a little late. That's okay. I'm not telling you go to bed. I'm just saying get enough sleep that you're not tired the next day. Because when you're tired, your body is already working in overdrive to try and help you just stay awake. Your body is trying to get you to stay awake. So that is why you need at least 8 hours of sleep a night. It will do miraculous things. So I used to only get maybe 4 hours of sleep if I was lucky, and I could tell that my body was wearing itself down. And I was working as a CNA at the time, so I was working 12-hour shifts. I worked a couple 16s, but not enough to be like, I worked 16-hour shifts, it sucked. No, most of them were 12-hour shifts, and I was just completely wearing myself down. Then I went into another job that just, well, it was just not good mentally or anything. So, but I was not getting enough sleep. Now when I just decided to start sleeping a little bit more and getting more sleep at night and putting myself into bed at a certain time, and turning off all electronics when you go to bed. So turn off your TV, get your phone away from you, read a book right before you go to sleep, whatever you need to do to get yourself to that just starting to fall asleep mode where you know that it's time to relax, it's time to go to sleep. That is super key. Another thing, so this brings me to number 2, is exercise. Exercise and sleep, I feel, just kind of go with each other, because if you're working out constantly, you need to get enough sleep to kind of help supplement your workout, your muscle, all of that stuff. So, but exercise has helped me immensely with my anxiety and panic attacks. Especially if I feel like one's coming along, I'll go and work out. I try not to skip a day. I try to stay on top of it, constantly working out. Even if it's just going for a walk or a run or something simple that day, like weights, whatever it is, I try to stick with it. And I've noticed since I have started working out more and exercising and eating healthier that I've noticed a huge change in not just obviously my body, but also in the fact that I do fall asleep at night and I do start to get some more sleep. So along the lines of going to sleep, I do drink a drink called Calm, and I will put the link in the bio below. I buy it off of Amazon. So this has magnesium in it. It helps with, I have noticed since I've just started drinking it, it helps me sleep or go to sleep sooner rather than laying there awake going, well, this is fun. So along with my oils. I do use essential oils. I do not sell them, so that is why I'm not showing them off for you guys, because I don't want you guys to think that I sell them. But I love lavender and cedarwood. They help me go to sleep. I put in my diffuser. I've noticed that those help me fall asleep too. Essential oils have a lot of things that just really help a lot. Another simple thing that I do use, and I can show you guys this because there's no way that I can be selling this, but this is kind of, I buy it at Bath and Body, and it is the Sleep Lavender and Cedarwood. This is their new formula. I've noticed that they changed this a lot because they are now using essential oils in the body lotion. So I put this on the bottom of my feet, because believe it or not, if you put things on the bottom of your feet, it actually does a lot. Something about nerves. I was not paying attention in anatomy that day, so do not ask me again. But, and then I just, you know, up my arms so that I'm smelling it all night, and I actually do get a good night's sleep. But it says lavender oil inspires tranquility, and cedarwood oil helps calm your mind. So, and that's something that if you notice when you sleep at night, your mind's just kind of racing, isn't it? So that brings us to tip number 3, essential oils. I love my essential oils. And like I said, I do not sell them, so I'm not going to show them for you guys here, but I will put which oils I use in the bio below, so if you guys want to check that out. Or if you want to get your own essential oils, I recommend the Young Living version because that's what I use, so I like them. But I use Joy and Bergamot, so I put a little Joy over my heart and Bergamot on my wrist whenever I'm kind of having a down day. And if you guys notice, I am wearing a certain necklace. So this necklace, and it's attached to my neck, so you know, this was very convenient, Brie. So this necklace has a little pad on the inside. One of my really good friends did buy this for me for Christmas, and I use it a lot, but it has a little pad and you can put your oils on there. I usually have Joy or Bergamot on here. Or I might have like frankincense or something that just kind of calms your mood a little bit. And in the months that I have horrible allergies, allergy season, which I do get bad allergies, I will put allergy stuff in here. I think it's, I can't remember the exact term of the stuff. I think it's like deep breath or breathe again or something like that. I can't remember. But another good one that I like is Stress Away. I am a little allergic to vanilla and vanilla scents, so I don't use too much of the Stress Away because it does have vanilla in it. But I still like to use the essential oils. I still love them. I still use them throughout the day. I also have a diffuser at work, so whenever I'm feeling the need for, you know, some envision, or I love the names that they use, right? Because it's like envision and joy, and they almost speak for themselves. Clarity, frankincense. Well, frankincense and myrrh, we all know about that, right? If you know Christmas and all that stuff, and frankincense and myrrh, baby Jesus, it all kind of ties together. That has been around for years, so and now we're just reusing them. That's number 3 is essential oils. Number 4, write it down. Get yourself a journal of some sorts, and you can decorate it, you can make it look pretty, you can do whatever you want with it. You know, it can be just a simple journal, you know, so nobody knows it's actually a journal, whatever you want to do, but write it down. Whatever is bothering you, write it down. And I don't know what it is about that, but when you write it down, it's almost like just releasing it and letting it go. And it's putting it somewhere else where you don't have to think about it at that moment. You can come back to it if you want. You can read back through, like I like to look through some of my journals. I love keeping a journal by my bed because for some reason I wake up and it's like, bam, I just had a dream about something. I love to write down my dreams because I have some very weird dreams, guys. If you keep watching this, I may tell you guys about some of my weird dreams I have, because I have some, but they're very vivid and I dream in color. A lot of people say they dream in black and white. I a lot of times dream in color. There are times when I dream in black and white, but most of the time I dream in color because your dreams are actually your subconscious talking to yourself. So it's that moment where you're laying down and you're not thinking about anything else and you're not making your brain think about something. it can think about what it has to think about, what it's been wanting to think about, and work through things and just going through all of that. So keep a journal or a notebook, whatever you want to call it, by your bed and write it down. Believe it or not, that's actually helped me a lot. That also brings me to number 5, which is making, of course, I already did a video on this, but making goals for yourself or making a plan. If your anxiety and your panic attacks are really bad, when mine first started and I was trying to get rid of them, one of the things I did was take it day by day, step by step, hour by hour, minute by minute, whatever I had to do to just get through that day. And I would write down my schedule. Okay, I need to get up at this time. I'm going to do this. I'm going to eat breakfast. This is what I'm going to have for breakfast. Because there was a time when I wouldn't have breakfast. And I am a huge breakfast person. But I wouldn't even let myself eat because I was just getting sick. Because I was having panic attacks and they were just coming right back up. So there was a time when I didn't eat breakfast. So I wrote that down. Eat breakfast. What am I going to have for breakfast? Is it going to be cereal this morning? Is it going to be a protein shake? What am I going to have? And I noticed as time went on, I needed that less and less and less and less, to the point where now it's just, okay, plan out what I'm going to do this weekend, you know, or how am I going to do this, or which videos I want to do. I always write down what videos I am wanting to do. I have a couple down that I want to do here in the future. You know, stuff that I want to take. I'm a creative person, so I try to also use that as a creative outlet, and writing that stuff down really does help. That brings me to another one. Finding your creative outlet. Being creative is actually a really good thing for a lot of people, and you don't have to be artsy fartsy. You don't have to paint a huge mural. You don't have to edit videos or photography unless you want to. If there's a little voice in your head saying you want to try that, then go try it. Go do it. Why not? What's keeping you from that? But having something like a coloring book really kind of helps. My mom actually gave me a coloring book for Christmas that year, and I think I filled it up already. I think actually my coloring book is completely full. Like, it's all colored. Every single page is colored, because I would come home at night and I would just sit there and color and color and color and color and color, and it's almost like a side form of meditation. It's almost kind of my way of meditating and just taking myself out of the real world and putting myself into a different world where I didn't have to think about what was going on. I didn't have to think about what I just had a panic attack over. And I didn't have to take that moment to just sit there and just, you know, revel in my panic attacks. Because if you guys are anything like me, I would sit there and just stare off into space going, what just happened? Like, I don't even know why I had a panic attack sometimes. But coloring really did help me a lot. Now I'm an artsy person. I have an art degree, so I do like to paint and I like to draw and color and all this stuff. But recently I've been trying out new things. So I actually drew myself my own coloring page, and I'm coloring in bits and pieces of that. Where before I would have just used a coloring book to color, but now I'm making my own coloring book, kind of. I'm also learning how to paint with different elements. I'm usually an oil painter, but I'm actually going to paint a painting here soon with acrylics. So it's kind of different ways for me to be creative, but keep going and going and going, so that my body doesn't have enough time and my mind doesn't have enough time to think and make myself have a panic attack. I love to stay busy, and honestly, that's another tip. Staying busy. I know that this kind of seems like overkill, but when you are having as many panic attacks as 1 to 3 a day, and you don't want to take medication, which I understand, you know, I'm not a huge person on medication, I get it. Keep yourself busy. Keeping yourself busy does not give your brain enough time to sit there and think about what it wants to have a panic attack over on that very day. So keep yourself busy, keep going, keep working, keep whatever you need to do, get into a charity, you know, find a new hobby, whatever it is you need to do to keep yourself busy and keep your mind busy is going to work. Go back to school. Hey, you're never too old to learn something new, and you're never too old to find yourself again. I'm constantly finding myself over and over and over and over again. I looked in, you know, oh, hey, there's Bree again. What's up? Yeah, let's go. It's okay. You can go back to school. You can learn something new. You know, maybe just take one class. Whatever it is you need to do for you, then do it. That brings me to my next point. Finding time for yourself. This is a huge key. This is something I never ever did, was finding This is something I never ever did, was finding time for myself. Just finding a couple minutes a day, you know, maybe 10 minutes, and just not getting on Facebook. Don't get on Snapchat. Don't get on Instagram or any of those other social medias. Twitter, I think I'm missing a couple. I know I'm missing a couple. But don't get on your phone. Put your phone away. Hide it. Turn it on silent. Turn it off if you have to. But just take a couple minutes of you time, whether it's working out or reading a book. You know, reading is one of my very favorite outlets. I love to read. And so I think it's because I can lose myself in a book and become the character. So that's my me time. I take time every single day to read. Maybe it's a chapter, you know, lock yourself in a bathroom for 10 minutes. Eat that Milky Way bar that you've been staring at. Go ahead, it's okay. You know, I'm not going to pull a YOLO on you, but it is okay to eat that. If that's what you've been wanting for the last week, is that Milky Way bar that's just been staring at you, lock yourself in the bathroom, eat your Milky Way. I won't tell anybody. It's okay. You know, maybe just sit there and meditate, learning to meditate, learning to pray, learning to do a few things that are just whatever it is that you need to do that is for you, not for anybody else. Take 10 minutes every single day and do one thing for yourself. 10 minutes is not that much time, guys. It's gonna fly by before you even know it, and you're gonna be sitting there going, crap, I wish you would have told me 15 minutes. And then you're gonna be taking 20 minutes, and then 25, and you get where I'm going here? You're gonna learn to take more time for yourself, and it's actually going to help you in the long run, and it's gonna be amazing. Because I never took time for myself. First of all, I was a CNA. So you never take time for yourself as a CNA at all. I never took a lunch break. I never, you know, any of that. But even when I got home, I didn't take time for myself because I was helping other people, because I was finding ways to do things for other people, which there is nothing wrong with that. But if you can't help yourself, then how can you help somebody else? If you can't take time for yourself, then how can you take time for somebody else? If you don't take that couple of minutes every single day for yourself, then you might just drain yourself so much that you can't help anybody else. So take time for yourself. It's okay. And if you guys need somebody to talk to, I am here. I love chatting with people. I love listening. And that's another thing. Find somebody to talk to. You know, whether it's a friend, whether it's a therapist, whether it's just your dog. I talk to Sammy all the time, guys. I will admit this. I sit there and I talk to her, and she probably looks at me like, lady, you're kind of crazy. And she kind of like cocks her head, and it's very cute. It's cuter than however I'm doing it. But it is something that I learned to do a long time ago, was finding somebody to talk to. I actually met with a medium, and she was freaking amazing. But I took that time to talk to her also, and learned to go through a couple of things that I was going through at that time. I just think that finding somebody to talk to is super helpful. So if you guys need somebody to talk to, you don't have somebody in your life that you think that you can tell this to, talk to me. I won't tell anybody. Hey, whatever's said to me stays right here, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed these tips and tricks on anxiety. I hope that you guys don't have any more panic attacks. I really hope that nobody ever has panic attacks. It's just something that I learned to cope with, and I learned to work through, and learned to find things that helped me for the better. And so I hope that these tips and tricks helped you. And with that said, I'm gonna go. Mwah. Love you guys. Bye.